Covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. This is WXII 12 News at 6.
Tonight on WXII 12 News at 6, it was 54 years ago today that a group of Greensboro students started a nationwide movement. How people are celebrating this civil rights anniversary. Plus, the deep freeze is over. How long the warmer temperatures will last. But first,
when I stopped the car and seen the severity of it, I was brokenhearted. I had to stop and shed lots of tears.
A church destroyed by fire and a congregation forced to rebuild. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Veronica White. Firefighters are still trying to figure out exactly what started the blaze that left only the building's brick frame. Our Talitha Vickers has more from Davidson County.
Covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. This is WXII 12 News at 6.
Tonight on WXII 12 News at 6 o'clock, cash for guns, hundreds turning out to turn in their firearms. How much local police paid to get those guns off the streets. Plus, a vote that could impact relations between the West and Russia is just a few hours away. What the international community is doing to protect Ukraine's sovereignty. But first, more winter weather is on the way as folks across the Triad continue to clean up from a barrage of harsh winter storms. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm Cameron Kent here in the Weather Center with meteorologist Michelle Kennedy, and it seems like winter will just not let go.
Covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. This is WXII 12 News at 11.
Tonight on WXII 12 News, the coal ash cleanup continues. Duke Energy's apology for the spill that's contaminating the Dan River. Plus, working overtime, state employees are working this weekend to catch up on a backlog of food stamp applications. How close they are to missing the deadline and what's at stake. And a Morrow Monday march fills the streets of downtown Raleigh. But first, starting Monday, a major expansion of federal benefits for same-sex couples. Thank you for watching tonight. I'm Veronica White. Attorney General Eric Holder will instruct Justice Department employees on Monday to give legal same-sex marriages full and equal recognition to the greatest extent possible under the law.
Covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. This is WXII 12 News at 6.
Tonight on WXII 12 News at 6, picking up the pieces from another major storm that swept through the Triad. How people are working around fallen trees, power outages, and closures. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Wanda Stark. Thousands of people lost power in Wednesday's storm, and some residents are still dealing with outages today. This morning, a tree fell on a power line on Highway 8 near Stanleyville Road in Forsyth County. The road was shut down until Duke Energy crews were able to remove the damaged power pole, replacing it with a new one. It was a similar situation on Ivy Avenue at 25th Street in Winston-Salem. A tree fell on some power lines and even ripped a power meter off a home. Traffic lights were out and some homes also lost electricity. And one woman is recovering in the hospital after the car she was in was hit by a falling tree. Hospital officials say Rebecca Dobbins is in good condition. The 25-year-old driver of the car was killed in the accident. Police say they were driving on Renolda Road around 6:30 when a large pine tree was knocked over by winds. Today, people are trying to get back to normal after a series of storms shut down power, knocked down trees, and closed schools and businesses. Our David Janot is live in Greensboro with more on how harsh weather is still affecting people in the Triad. David?
Covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. This is WXII 12 News at 6.
It sounded like somebody dropped something off of the top. And all of a sudden, I see people fall. 3 people fall to the ground. I don't know what happened to them. And all I see is people going down to the floor and running. So I grabbed a kid and ran.
Chaos and panic today inside of a Baltimore area mall after a gunman opens fire. You're taking a look at that mall where 3 people were killed and 5 more sent to the hospital. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Veronica White. Some shoppers ran for their lives. Others sought shelter inside the stores. Police say the shooter, armed with a shotgun, was dead by the time they arrived. Brian Moore has the story.
Covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. This is WXII 12 News at 6.
Tonight on WXII 12 News at 6, runners in Winston-Salem are remembering a teen killed by a football injury, the unconventional run in his honor. Plus, shots fired into an apartment building in Greensboro, what police are doing to find a suspect. And it's been a damp Saturday. Will we suffer another grade A tomorrow? And problems with the website, canceled plans, now low enrollment numbers are plaguing the president's controversial health care overhaul. But first, we have some breaking news tonight out of North Wilkesboro. That's where Wilkes Communications confirms that several departments are on scene of a fire at the skate center at 326 Elkin Highway. Crews are working to put the fire out. Right now, there are no reports of injuries, but we'll keep you updated as more information becomes available. We have an update for that breaking news out of North Wilkesboro. Firefighters continue to battle a fire at a bowling alley. These are some pictures of the fire sent to us on the local page of WXII12.com. The fire is at the skate center at 326 Elkin Highway. Dispatchers tell WXII 12 News several fire departments are on the scene working to put the fire out. Right now, no reports of injuries.
Covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. This is WXII 12 News at 11.
Tonight on WXII 12 News at 11, a civil rights icon remembered across the state and the nation. Franklin McCain, one of 4 Greensboro A&T students who took a stand for civil rights, passed away last night at the age of 73. Franklin McCain was just a freshman at North Carolina A&T when he and his 3 friends made history at a Woolworth's lunch counter and helped energize the civil rights movement. On February 1st, 1960, McCain and the rest of the A&T 4 sat at a whites-only counter to eat lunch, and although they were never served, they kept coming back. Slowly, others joined them, and similar sit-ins took place at counters across the country. And although his name may not be as recognizable as other civil rights leaders, McCain's influence on the civil rights movement cannot be underestimated.
He's right up there with the Martin Luther King Jr.'s and those who, Rosa Parks, and all of those who made a tremendous difference in 1960 during the civil rights movement.
Another great pioneer from the civil rights era, Dr. Maya Angelou, spoke with WXII 12 News earlier this afternoon from her home in Winston-Salem about the passing of Franklin McCain.
No son can live beyond its sunset. I know that. The wonderful truth for Mr. McCain and the other men and women who sat. Although they knew that they were risking not only their reputations but their lives. I think that at least we know we have heroes, and Mr. McCain was one of the heroes, and we are stronger because of him.
Dr. Angelou says Franklin McCain has a place in American history as one who helped change this country forever. North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory released this statement about the passing of McCain. It reads in part, Franklin McCain made his mark on American history in 1960 with a simple act of extraordinary courage. U.S. Senator Kay Hagan also with a statement saying the death of civil rights leader Franklin McCain is a tremendous loss for North Carolina and our country. And you can learn much more about Franklin McCain and the A&T 4 by logging on to WXII12.com. We've also posted a link to our 2010 special report, The Counter, and it includes our full interview with McCain as well as other stories of their legendary actions.